If you're turtling and these guys are just going so aggressive, I mean, okay. And there's another team fight, a nice tornado, and this Sven is actually stuck here. Nuke's down by Visage, and Visage is going to take Furion down. However, this Sven is quite low. Mega Q also falls down. However, Lion is trying to get uh Venomancer. Venomancer is not going down anytime soon. Tide Hunter goes down, and this might be a great comeback for Nirvana Malaysia. Nirvana Malaysia, yo, oh, nice impale, nice impale. Oh dang. Okay, so no mercy from Nirvana Malaysia coming in. These guys are just gonna come back from from the from the dead, I guess. I mean, their towers have been down, and that push attempt was too aggressive. Um, so I guess not actually. That was a big factor. If you have given up that tower, this might have been over. Of course, Nirvana Malaysia isn't as. Oh, dang, nice tornado, and he's going to dagger out. Oh, probably not. They're going to get this. Oh, Lion, what are you doing, Lion? Oh, Lion actually daggers out. That is awesome, and he uses the Fog of War to his advantage. So good job there by Hi. Some pro moves coming in, and they're just going to defend again. These guys are just gonna attempt to push this mid lane. They're going to put a lot of pressure into Nirvana Malaysia's strategy. So um, as they if they could actually prevent Yamate from farming, then that's a good thing. If Yamate gets more farm and they keep up this defense uh, and stop this push strat, then they just might turn the game around. Right now it's StarsBoba's advantage. So just gonna watch. They might go for a bottom push, but these guys sense it and they're going to gank Furion. Oh, and actually Medusa dies to the Batrider pull probably and the Furion, and there's the team fight going on here. Sven actually will fall down, and Furion very nice teleport. Nobody actually came to save Sven. I don't know. He got trapped probably. So they're going to mount up another push. This is going to be easy, as Venomancer should just put some wards, and then Rasta should just put his wards, and then it's pretty much a push. It's easy. Especially with the summons of Furion, who could just tank all these towers. See, and then he just surrounds the tower. He doesn't even need to put his serpent wards, and these plague wards are just enough to take down that tower. So now that all these towers are pushed, I believe they have the position. They are in a good position to Oh, Hi is invisible. They are good in a good position to actually take this Roshan down. There's so much pressure around every lane that you already have map control. Hi's just ninjaing around here. Don't know if he could actually pull off a stun. Probably not. But yes, I think they're going for this Roshan. Um, they are in a great position to go to the Roshan, but after Yamate Dev's defense. Of course, Nirvana Malaysia will try to stop this, but I don't think that's a good idea because first of all, their lanes are pressured, but now that they have defended it, they're still in a pretty bad position. Furion is actually very low right now, and oh no, I'm losing it. This is in favor of Nirvana Malaysia now. Nirvana Malaysia Ice actually not dying for that. Oh, and Venomancer dies. Mega Q will die. Where's your Ravage? Tide is actually not doing anything, and this Furion is not getting. Oh, and Lion actually dies to the Furion, but they are outnumbered. However, their lanes are still being pushed, especially bot lane. But I just turned around one time, and then this Tide will fall down. Oh, Oh, he lives for one more. He lives another day with 20 HP. Oh my gosh. And this Bat Rider will actually turn the tide around, and Sven will probably die. I'm going to see the action here. There's not much action here. So yeah, Sven just died. Um, However, there's still a lot of pressure in the lanes, so there's so much action after that Roshan attempt. So I guess a okay decision for them to counter um the. Oh my gosh, he just traps himself. This Visage might actually just might just fall down to the 3 versus 1. However, Medusa is going to try to help her. Um, Visage just dies, and oh wait, actually Furion just dies, but Visage dies now, and then this Venge might no, he's just gonna die, and Medusa just tried to help, but he couldn't. There's just too much nukage. Um, Medusa actually getting trapped by this Furion, very very aggressive move. However, you just cannot kill that Medusa. Um, Especially with this Lincolns, but they're going for another Roshan attempt. Excuse me there, and they might just actually get this. It's 2 against 4, so I'm gonna give the advantage to StarsBoba. StarsBoba could just stop these guys from farming. And oh, a Sven comes, but Sven is actually just pretty much done for, especially with the trees. And nice ravage, nice ravage. This gives much more advantage to StarsBoba, and Medusa just actually trying to kill Rasta, and he loses his mana shield, almost losing his mana shield, and he loses it. He almost loses it. I think he okay. Yeah, he loses it. Okay, I'm just kind of confused right now. However, it's been one or two so much action here. I am losing my voice. Medusa actually dies to the Furion. Furion traps Visage, and he gets stunned. He gets stunned. Lion, what are you doing? Lion doesn't have mana, but I mean, um, okay. Okay, nice block going in by Hi. Nice block. And Furion actually coming in. He just bought back, so he's gonna try to help again. So it's just a back and forth thing. I don't know who's going to win this team fight. However, Tidehunter actually goes down, but Furion also gets a kill to kills instinct. I mean ice. So this Visage is actually kind of trapped. I don't know where he. Whoa, and so much buyback going on. Remember, this is 6.69. There is no cooldown on that buyback, so they can just buy back anytime they want. But however, I don't know. That's a pretty aggressive move. These guys, StarsBoba is just going for that strategy, just so aggressive. He just went invisible, and oh my gosh, oh dang, that's a good sentry ward right there. That's a good sentry ward. So you wouldn't expect that. So I don't know why I casted it. I'm a pretty slow commentator. I'm freaking slow, man. But so uh, there's pressure bot tower, but they're still going for this Roshan. They are very stubborn. They just want this Roshan done with, and they just want to give it to someone. Uh, this Tidehunter is guaranteeing the safety of SB. However, they don't have a hard carry such as Medusa, and these guys are just gonna pwn each other. However, Venom did not drop his ulti before he died, and so does Tidehunter. Tidehunter will just get pwned by this Medusa. However, this Bat Rider is also also very low. I keep saying freaking now. Okay, so they'll be fine. They'll be fine. This Furion is going to die. So it's been a back and forth situation with Nirvana Malaysia and StarsBoba. This Manga Q will probably just very nice blocking here by Yasmin, and yes, Mega Q will just die. So um yeah, they're taking Roche right now, and I don't know if I guess in terms of heroes, they could go just tackle this, but they are not. They are going to defend, and they are just going to wait for them to come and Roshan again, and then just uh, at, at that time tackle them again. They've fairly won a lot of these Roshan team fights. Again, these guys just want that Roshan. They're attempting to get Roshan, and these guys are just gonna try to defend against that. They just don't want these guys to get Roshan, and these guys still want to get Roshan. So I'm not too sure. So Extinct actually kills the courier. So don't know how that happened. Top tower is being pressured, so they're going to okay. They're going to get some heroes first before they get this Roshan. Very aggressive move there. He used Ravage on two heroes. Uh, these supports are out of position. I don't know why. Uh, they could have waited for others, but Yamate is not getting any farm at all. They can't because if they just don't. Okay, the decision of Nirvana Malaysia just just to give up the Roshan, they could have done that. um, a few minutes ago, they could have not contended and just let Medusa farm, but instead they insisted on fighting them for the Roshan, and yet StarsBoba just doesn't want to stop and give them a break. They're not. They just want that Roshan, and that actually kind of prevents Yamate from his farming potential. So I guess a probably I don't know a poor decision probably by I mean it's a 50-50 thing. If it's either you farm or you don't, and I mean give up Roshan for your farm. Um, and as we do see, oh my gosh, Lion actually was invisible that time, was invisible, and he got tornadoed. Oh my gosh, and he just escapes. Oh, with the dagger, dang, that is awesome. Even with that tornado, that actually gave him a chance to escape, and that was just pro there by Hi. And I was saying that um that Roshan attempt, if they thought they would have had an advantage if they had taken the Aegis from them. However, I guess that didn't work too well because they didn't get the Roshan. They thought they would have had an advantage, and they forcibly and aggressively wanted to get that Roshan. So they believed, and this team fight is going on under tower pressure, and this Rasta is going to fall down with that Aegis though, with that Aegis, so he will be fine. They might go for a comeback, and Yamate is in big trouble, especially with that trees, and he is hexed and surrounded by the snakes. Surrounded by the snakes, Yamate will fall down. This Sven will also might fall down. Sven is quite in trouble. Is he is surrounded by lots of heroes, and Hi just comes in very late. He almost dies to the serpent wards, and he is being chased. So Furion bought back again. Bought back again. StarsBoba has been buying back so much right now, and that has been the game. This is really one of the most action-packed games in the SMM 2010. So that's why I casted it, but I'm still pretty slow. Uh, so Vengeful still doesn't have much items, of course. However, Batrider has his dagger. I mean, standard items. So if Tide Hunter's ulti is online, I'm guessing it is. Yeah. Okay. So uh, if they have that, they have secured the team fight. And if Veno's ulti also falls, uh, I mean after that, so they are taking down the racks, and Batrider actually takes down puts Espen down, and Tidehunter puts his ulti down. This team fight is in favor of StarsBoba, however, that Batrider is pretty low. This Vengeful is just, oh my gosh, this 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 line has been doing so much initiation in this team fights, and this Tidehunter, despite his high HP, he will still fall down. So despite that, Mangekyu managed to escape, and he is almost at his Aghanims. Once he gets that Aghanims, they will just push these towers with no problem whatsoever. However, Lion has a Force Staff and a dagger, so he has a escape or push initiation items, and I guess that makes you really flexible. And he gets this envy again. Um, I didn't quite let you guys see the NV Lion that actually picked off the Bat Rider. However, that was how it went. That was how it went. I think it's one of in Luminous's also intros. It was this highlight. It was is really good. Uh, it was I believe it was called Hi Hi Ninja. Um, just killing Bat Rider. Uh, when he was alone. So this lion might pick off somebody when they're just gonna go venture alone. However, that's not likely going to be the case, and his envy is gone. Alright, so um, we do see bigger trends now as the Rax was destroyed. The rain track is still there, and two of their towers are still alive, and they are going to defend this mid um, push attempt. However, they are just going to back off. So no attempt there. No attempt there. They are roaming, probably just gonna turtle and just um, free farm in their jungle where it is safe. However, these guys are going to mount up another push here at mid. So these guys might just try to get this creep wave off and then just go port back to mid and then just try to defend. Um, so nothing too much going on. And yes, Rasta has his agonyms complete, and he will just go venture on and push every tower that he sees, and yeah, without any problem whatsoever. Um, Rasta is not picked quite nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe, as I said, StarsBoba has the most weird but effective strategies sometimes. It just works. However, I don't know who they lost to after. I don't know. I don't know. They just didn't win SMM. Uh, Probably because of the elite Chinese team eHome. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Nirvana Malaysia actually could win this. You guys probably know the results. I do too, but I am not gonna spoil it. I just like this game really. It's very action packed. And oh my gosh, they are trying to mount up another push. These summons are just going to tank this tower. However, Rasta's wards are not yet online, and they are going to put Rasta's wards made easier by that tree trap, and Yamate is just cornered by that snake thing. Yamate just falls down, and Lion almost fall. Lion actually falls down to Venomancer, and Ice is in big trouble, and this Visage cannot do anything. This Oh, Medusa actually bought back, but however, can he actually stop this push? Can he stop this push? This third tier tower is just too almost gonna die. This Venomancer also falls down, so a bit of a fail push attempt there by StarsBoba. However, they did manage to get this tower up to red level, so I guess that should be okay. They should be okay after they just and this Furin actually just ported top as he had to defend. Um, Visage actually he cannot do anything except mecha in team fights. His bats. I mean, after he used it, then it's over. He just hasn't. He just has not much of use in late game. His late he doesn't. He has very little late game potential. However, he is still a very tanky hero. So in that regard, it's really a dire situation for Nirvana Malaysia right now, as Yamate cannot even get some free farm. He can't. Maybe he's parting top, yeah. I mean, but still, you see how easy it was to actually put the snakes and the trees at the same time, and just cornering Yamate, just cornering Medusa is enough. He's not as tanky as you think, especially with that Tide Hunter ulti, will just isolate the others from him, um, and that itself is a pretty good strategy. Lion actually going to um, not even close to his hex, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Is he close to his hex? No, he has 1000 gold. He is not close to his hex. And so they are mounting up another push, and they are going to swap Rasta first because Rasta is the most important asset here. And this tower might get pushed really pretty hard. Yamate is trying his best. He cannot even get one single second of free farm because of these guys just mounting up pushes every single time. As um, I, I think I never said this before, but I have this belief that if you pick Medusa against a team uh team fight pushing lineup when your enemy is like that. Oh, and Tidehunter actually goes for this ultimate, and um this Medusa is just right clicking, but still Mangekyo actually dies. But this um Bad Rider actually pulls Medusa out of the cliff, and the tower actually falls down. Tidehunter falls down, but it's kind of an even trade. Sven is trying to get is trying to kill, but Sven actually in turn gets killed. So advantage still goes to StarsBoba. Look at the pressure at mid lane. Their Rax has been destroyed, and I don't know what they're still doing here. Yamate just cannot get anything out of this. So Furion actually kills Ice somewhere. However, this is a lot of pressure. In lots of pressure. And Yamate can actually farm these mega creeps, but he just doesn't get much experience and much gold from that. Apart from the advantage of Furion luck, he can actually still farm these creeps quite effectively, as they still get full gold and full experience. So that gives much of a disadvantage to Yamate. He actually gets picked off pretty easily. As I already said, um, kind of redundant. So what was I saying earlier? The Medusa and and four heroes against a team fight, um, pushing in ganking squad. Um, it's just basically 4 and 5 because Medusa just can't be in team fights. She needs quite a sufficient amount of farm for her to get Lincolns in Manta style. Not even Lincolns could save you. Um, she's very farm dependent, and she just she can defend quite effectively though. However, offensively, you just can't. You just defend. You can't offensively, um, turn the tide because you don't have that much farm. However, with your skill set, you could actually defend a wave. However, with mega creeps though, it's not so easy. Not so easy, especially when you just have a Lincolns and a Yasha. Not much to say here. Not much to say. So Yamate is just this is just not his game. It's just not his game. And Nirvana Malaysia has been too too I guess aggressive against StarsBoba, which is the aggressor. And I mean, if you go against an aggressor, like let's say if you're a I mean, their lineup is not as aggressive as the StarsBoba lineup. However, I mean, this is a turtling style, so basically, you are like a fence, and they are the predators who are jumping to get the prey around the fence. So whatever, I just made that analogy. Whatever. And Tidehunter actually drops down his ultimate, and Venom also drops down his ultimate. So that should be the uh team fight. Yamate is still very low. His mana shield is just gone. It's just gone, and the Rax is actually going to get destroyed. However, this Venomancer. Oh, and Medusa is not faring well here. Not faring well. These wards are just too strong. They're actually poning this melee Rax, and that should take it down. These wards together with Serpent I mean, the Plague Wards, oh my gosh, they're just too powerful. Their their pushing ability is just too much, too much. And look at top lane. There's just also too much pressure. Look at this Furion. He's actually just pushing it by himself. By himself. Are they going to defend? Are they going to defend? Yes, Medusa is trying to defend, but however, two lanes have already been pressured, and they have full map control. They have full map control now, and they should be able to get the second Roshan. Let me see if he's here. Yes, he is. And after that, they should just push, give it to Rasta or Tidehunter. Oh, actually not Tidehunter, just Rasta. And then it's probably GG. Probably. They are just too pushed right now. And yeah, I was saying that should that Tidehunter ult plus the Poison Nova has been the demise of the team fight counter defense of Nirvana Malaysia, and that has been really a big thing. Furion has been pushing without noticing these guys. Actually, he might be able to escape. A lion just does a finger and impale, but that is not enough. That is not enough. He might, yes, he will die. However, that might be worth it because all the lanes are actually being pressured still. So Prophet just buys back. No problem, right? He just buys back. Look, and he actually gets a DD. No problem. No problem at all. This Prophet just keeps pushing, and then they just keep killing him, and he just buys back and just keeps pushing. It's like a stubborn kid, but you know. But yeah, that's their playstyle. They are going for pipe soon, as they suggested. Nirvana Malaysia, I think. Yes. And Visage has his pipe. So they are going for the last push. This will determine the game. This will determine the game, and this is the turning point. This is the turning point. If StarsBoba actually wins this team fight, it's great canceling there by Tidehunter, and then now he could use it to its fullest potential. And that Manta style, those illusions are just pwned by Tidehunter's ulti. And this is the turning point. So this is GG for Nirvana Malaysia. They have lost in the losers bracket, so they are out, and StarsBoba lives to fight another um, fight. I don't know which they fought against after this game. However, after those games, there not much action. Not much action after that. It was just eHome all the way, and LGD of course. However, that was a pretty good game. That turning point just determined everything, and that was the demise of Nirvana Malaysia. Seriously, seriously, like everything that they planned, it was just because of that. It was just because of that. So it's very unfortunate by Nirvana Malaysia, but now Yamate and Hi have moved on. So endgame analysis would be, let's see, Yamate did not farm solo. Look, he has 309 in 42 minutes. I mean, you do the math. It's probably 6 or 5. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. However, these guys were just pushing a lot. These guys were pushing a lot, and maybe 3/4, no, 1/4 of that 309 is just mega creeps, which is probably gives you half of the profit, and really it doesn't give you much experience too. So that just gives you a farm disadvantage. Mangekyo did pretty well in terms of pushing and just focusing on that Medusa with his Serpent Wards together with Furion's trees, just trapping Yamate and rendering him useless. This Tidehunter just ensures every team fight will be on their side. Together with the Venom Wards, will just DOH all the way through. Not DOH, DOT. Sorry, damage over time. And Hi could not do much in the late game. He just got dagger and a force staff with a void stone. I mean, he did initiate quite well, but however, the StarsBoba lineup was um, great at counter initiating, and the Visage was not tanky enough. Even with the pipe, they just have too much disables. Too much disables. Yamate could not actually handle that. So, and actually, SS the Furion player actually has 207, together with 52 neutrals. So that is some insane farm for a Furion. Considering he actually just pushed and ganked sometimes, and that he got a Hex stick, which actually counters Medusa so much. Of course, Hex actually counters every carry hero. It's pretty obvious. So this is the game. I hope you enjoyed my commentary, man. Uh, being pessimistic right now, but GG, GG everybody, and I hope to make another one. So if you have any replay request, um, I haven't done a long one in a long time because my mic, it's it's quite broken and stuff. But now I have a new mic. It's still pretty rough, but at least I have a mic. It's better than the other one, that's for sure. So, uh, so this is it, and goodbye, guys.